Hey there. I'd like for you to join me in a moment of stillness where we're just going to close our eyes and take some breaths in for a few moments to just be present here in this experience that we call life. How you doing, homie? Do you like the fresh new cut? Also, new earring, by the way. Sick as hell, right? I have like a hanging earring now. I don't know if I talked about it already. But yesterday and today have been a doozy. So I found a new format that I really like for my Instagram posts, because what I've seen other creators do, specifically Alex Hormozy, which I thought was ingenious, was that instead of just posting like an image of a screenshot of a tweet, instead his social media team would post a video and like a reel, but it'd just be a screenshot of his tweet. And that's evolved to like have like the text from the tweet in like the center and then like an image in the background and whatnot, but it's still a reel. And that's where I realized, like, oh my god, reels get so much more traffic and attention than just a regular post. And so what I've been doing for the last like month or so, a couple of 30 days or something, is that I've been posting just like screenshots of my tweets on X or whatever, and haven't gotten really much traction at all. But this new format incorporates this kind of like filter thing where you see like the numbers and all that with like little fuzziness or whatever. I added that to the video, or added that and then added a couple filters, some, I think it's called chromatic aberrations, kind of like the 3D looking thing, and created like 58 of them from like the tweets that I had been releasing on X. Is this still right to call them tweets, even though it's not Twitter anymore? So if it's called X, would it be called X's? No one really went over that. So, and yesterday I was working to upload all the 58 of these shorts. I stopped halfway because I was like, I'm way too tired. My brain is like kaput. But before I went to bed, I looked through my scheduled shorts, like the ones with the tweets or whatever, and I realized that it was like kind of cropped out because I made a rookie mistake of forgetting that when you upload things onto social media, specifically with reels, there's always kind of like a bit that's cropped out. So I had to go back, re-edit all the images so then it would be updated in Premiere Pro, and then go back into Premiere Pro and re-render all 58 of those videos. Actually 57, because one of them actually still worked, so yes. Then I went ahead and scheduled everything on both Instagram and TikTok and YouTube. Firstly, I did YouTube because I use this thing called Metricool, which is a great program to like schedule posts on like almost all social media: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. But I just like uploading directly to YouTube because it's like easier. I can do it in bulk. Whereas Metricool, you have to do it one by one, which isn't as fun, but it still gets the job done. Mind you, I woke up today at like 11 o'clock in the morning, and now that it's like 5 o'clock, so it's been about 6 hours. I finally finished, and not only did I schedule all of those shorts, I actually came up with, I think, at least 92 more tweets and then scheduled them all up until like January 1st. Like literally, I think for the shorts I have scheduled up until like a week before the end of the year, and then the tweets, yeah, until the start of the new year. Crazy work. Like, honestly, wow. And that was just like the last 2 days. I did, let's see, it's October now. October, November, December. I did 3 months worth of work in 2 days. 2 days. 3 months worth of work. Hear that again. 3 months worth of work done in 2 months. Or 2 days, sorry. And I think I've talked about self-doubt a lot in the last few videos, but yesterday I had the opportunity and pleasure of being part of a group meditation and Q&A with Ryland James, one of my favorite tarot readers and just spiritual teachers and whatnot from Canada. And the group meditation was a testament to my strength of my will, because it was like an hour-long meditation listening to tribal music with everybody in the Zoom call. And there was various moments where my mind was just like, is this over yet? Like, oh, this part's gonna loop around. I already know it's gonna loop around. Oh, there it goes, it looped around. Or it's like, I'm bored of this. Like, when can I just open my eyes? I'm bored. And then I had to keep fighting that voice in my mind saying like, no, I'm committed to this. I'm going to continue going back to my center, going back to the breath and focusing on the meditation. And so I did that, and I made it all the way through, actually. And it was a wonderful experience. I woke up from the meditation I rose from the meditation, better said, in a much better state of mind, energy, and environment, much more peaceful. And I had the opportunity to ask a question to Ryland. But of course, before I asked my question, I wanted to just tell him how great he is and how he's a big inspiration for me, which was, I had to say that first. Like, I can't just get into the question without saying that. But then my question was, how do you deal with self-doubt when it creeps in? And what he said kind of like clicked everything in my mind for me when it comes to self-doubt. One of the things he said was that you need to play devil's advocate with your self-doubt. Like, let's say, for example, just like theoretical, right? Let's say I'm doubting myself about, or you're doubting yourself about your ability to speak for like a speech. Then you would play devil's advocate and be like, okay, where's the proof in that? Like, show me proof where I'm not good at this. And then you would try to look for it, and if there's nothing, then the doubt just falls flat on its face, because the truth will always eliminate that self-doubt. Another thing, how do you word it? Oh, giving yourself evidence. Even though I, as of right now, wouldn't really call myself, I guess, no, let me rephrase this. I wouldn't say that I'm at the level of success that I currently desire or feel an urgency for, but I can say that I am a success, period, because of the evidence that I have stacked up so far, not only in the pursuit of building the Resurrect brand and the newsletter, but also just the years that I've accumulated all of these skills, knowledge, and talents that I've been constantly working on. Like, making these videos has been a skill of mine since I was 12 years old. It's just progressed and improved over the years. Music I started doing when I was 17, and now, like, the album that I'm about to drop in October is, like, to me, on par with the artists I listen to, like Jake Hill, Oliver Francis, even Drake. Honestly, like, there's some Drake vibes on that bitch. And it's really bright back there. I don't really like that. There you go. Sorry, I gotta fix the imagery on here because imagery is very important to me. Anyways, actually, aesthetics, not imagery. Aesthetics is what's really important to me. As I was saying, is not only in the physical, tangible evidence, like these daily uploads or the uploads I'm doing every other day and the shorts and the tweets, but it's also in the lives that I've impacted and made a difference in. Like, just to give you a bit of evidence, I remember I was talking to my friend Jamal the first time we really hung out, and I mentioned something about, like, having to heal your inner child, because we were having a conversation about, like, healing and stuff and, like, past events, and he started tearing up, and he told me, like, bro, what you saying that, like, touched something in my heart where, like, something just rose out of me. Thank you. Like, I now know what I need to do. And another more recent instance was one of my managers was telling me how I just kind of have that riz, or I have that thing about me that, like, people just want to be around me, and I just have a talent for what I do, for like connecting with people. And in other instances, like my friend Ben or my friend Nathan just like point out to me how much of a philosopher or impeccable mind that I have, that I'm able to create these changes and bring out these truths. Sorry, do you see this? I need to fix, you cannot see that shit, but like my nails are so screwed up, dude. I need a manicure. I haven't had a manicure since like 2022, I think. I've just been such a brokey. Oh, goodness gracious. So all of that is evidence, both tangible and intangible, that my self-doubt is a load of bullshit. And there's still gonna be times where like self-doubt creeps in again, and it's like, oh, and I feel pressure and this and that, but I always come back to my center. I always come back to truth, to my values, to my vision. And I believe I actually wrote this in a tweet where, I don't remember, I think it was something like, self-doubt will always lie, vision never does, something along those lines. And I'm starting to see that for what it is, you know? And I have real life examples of men who are like at their peak. Like Glenn Powell was a perfect example. Like dude played Neville Longbottom in Harry Potter, and he was kind of ugly. But look at bro now. Now he's like the main lead in a new Hulu show coming out, and it's like getting all this praise and attention, and he's handsome as fuck now, and he's only 37. And the Harry Potter movies came out when I was like, the early 2000s. So I'd say like almost 20 years ago, dude. Like more than 10 years. I'm starting to see like, okay, wait, I'm not gonna reach that like final product of the man I want to be until about then. Which is why I don't get really stressed about how I appear to other people, or how I look, or even how my car looks. Like my car's got paint coming off of it. It's kind of, a few things are broken on the inside, but it still runs and gets me to place, and the AC works and the music works, so I'm good. I'm not really trying to impress anybody or show off, because I know my worth, and I know what I am and who I am, and these material things don't define me. Although I can be a little bit cleaner, for sure. I definitely could be a little bit cleaner. I can be a bit of a slob if I really let myself go. Besides, I would rather save the money and put it into something else that I see as much more worthwhile than just making sure something I drive looks good. My dad literally said this today. It was like, oh, well, when you get a girl in your car and she thinks you're a pig, don't come crying to me. And I'm like, what girl's gonna go in my car? I'm not dating anybody, and I don't want to, so that's not really a fucking problem in my world. And even though I say that, there's also certain things that I know I can definitely do better. I just think I haven't been aggressive enough, mainly because I've been in a place where I haven't really wanted rage and anger to control me, to make my decisions for me, because I know I have to build brick by brick and have the patience and sacrifice every day. But I'm seeing like, oh wait, I can handle more. A perfect example is fitness. I really have not been working out, like straight up. I've kind of let myself go in that regard, and I've been eating whatever I want. And I have gotten to the point where I really don't like it. And I'm seeing it like, oh, okay, I have to deal with this problem now. And also knowing my vision for who I want to be in the future, and how I need to like actually be fit to get to that point in my life. Knowing that I want to be a performer and that I want to sing and dance, I need to, first of all, have the stamina and the lungs to be able to actually do that, which means I gotta kick this real soon, and I gotta actually start working out more. And I think the reason why I've been avoiding fitness is because I didn't want to do it to look good, to get back at like those girls that never liked me, or to just be like good looking and everything. Oop, move the camera. I didn't want to pursue fitness out of vanity. I wanted it to be with meaning. And now I'm seeing it that fitness for me is just training for the future, for when I am Lazarus performing on stage, or I'm the Resurrect looking good in a good outfit on a podcast, or and teaching about like strength, not only physical but mental. It's like coloring in a coloring book. I've already colored most of the different spaces in the coloring book with different crayons, but now I'm seeing that I need more new colors for the rest of what I'm coloring. And I'm like, oh, okay, I didn't really want to use that color, but this color makes sense. So then I have to start filling it in to create the caricature, the hypermasculine character that I'm trying to create for myself, which is that smart, fit, sexy, well-dressed, intelligent, philosophical, spiritual man that is also an artist and an entrepreneur. I'm just filling in the colors in the coloring book, bro. Really, if I had to name 5 things that I need to focus on for the next 5 years, shout out to Chris Sturmy for that one. Number 1 would be fitness. Number 2 is Lazarus. Number 3 is the Resurrect. Number 4 is my finances. And number 5 is language learning. I love languages. I love culture. I love diving deep into languages. And I feel prideful that I improved my Spanish through my own sheer force of will of practicing and talking to people in Spanish and listening to Spanish music and all this and that. Because like now people, like just the other day, a cafeteria lady at my job asked me if I was Cuban, and I was like, yeah, but I was born in the States. And she was like, oh my God, like your accent is like on par with like an actual Cuban from the island. And I'm like, thank you, that means a lot. And that gives me so much pride because it's like, that's my heritage. That's what I am. I am a Cuban man. And being able to sound like a Cuban man is everything to me. And it's just fun too, being able to understand. It's like understanding an alternate universe in my mind. Like English is one universe, Spanish is another, and then the next language I'm probably going to learn is French because I know a little bit of it. Je parle français bien petit et je m'appelle Brion et toi. Definitely going to work on that because by the time I'm like 37, I want to know at least 5 languages. So working on the third. We're going to start working on the third. The next 2 is probably going to be, actually I need to speak 6 because I need to speak Yoruba for religion. And that's going to be a doozy. But I also want to learn Arabic and Mandarin, mainly because I just love Middle Eastern and Asian culture, like especially Chinese culture, just fascinated by it. So I would want, also on the other side, business would be incredible, like doing business deals in like Asia or in Middle East, or in the Middle East would be top notch, especially if I know the language. Oh, and I like their women too. But yeah, just like learning languages and being able to speak it and immersing myself fully in those cultures and worlds is so much fun and so captivating. But I guess really what this video is kind of boiling down to is that I still have so much more to learn. And I believe that's the definition Jordan Peterson gave to humility, per Matthew McConaughey saying that in the 1000th episode of Modern Wisdom. I like that definition because it's true. Like there's so much for me to learn. There's so much for me to grow. Like even with these videos, with my music, with me as a person, there's so much more for me to learn and grow and I can't claim to know everything. And that's why I always go back to what Socrates said, that like the only truth that I know is that I know nothing. And that's honestly true, because if I were to know everything, then I wouldn't be human, I would be God. And only God can know everything. So therefore, I will always only know nothing. I can know some things, but the some things compared to the mass of everything else in existence. Like for example, on let's say Mars, actually better yet, Jupiter. You can't know what's happening on the surface of that planet, or in one like cubic meter of that planet, you don't know what's happening. So you can't claim to know everything, because to know everything is to know what's happening in occurrence right over there on that 1 cubic meter on Jupiter, right? The same thing even applies in a smaller scale on the globe of the Earth. You can't know what's happening in New Zealand in this 1 mile radius, like You could probably, maybe you can look something up, but you don't know everything that's happening. You don't know if that leaf just fell, because you can't perceive everything. So therefore you can't know everything, because knowing first begins with perception. I just went off the rails with that one. I was trying to like boil down this video to end it, and I just went on a whole like philosophical tangent. Holy shit. But what I'm trying to say in layman's terms is that I got so much more life to live. And even though death is inevitable, and I'm going to not be here anymore one day, hopefully by old age. There's any wood. Oh wait, there's wood right here. There you go. Even though that's inevitable, life still has a crawl to it. It moves at its own pace. The seconds that pass by don't change in frequency or in pattern. They just keep tick, 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 ticking. So I'm just gonna enjoy the process and have fun and build myself up and become more disciplined in any area of life I can, because at the end of the day, self-discipline is the highest form of love. All right, your mind can save you, or your mind can end you. Which do you choose? See you later, homie.